Welcome back to NYSE TV Live. Yesterday, the stock exchange partnered with Night Dragon in hosting the Live and Cyber from New York event. It put a spotlight on cybersecurity leadership, innovation, as well as the protection of vital institutions. Staying on top of the world of cybersecurity, Onapsis says its latest research has uncovered some vulnerabilities within the industry. And this coming as many sectors are adapting to emerging tech, of course, like artificial intelligence. Mariano Nunez joins us now. He is co-founder and CEO of Onapsis. Appreciate you being here. So I want to talk about what you uncovered in SAP NetWeaver. First, give our viewers a bit of a definition for that who might be a bit unfamiliar. And why does this matter? What did you discover?
Right. Yeah, JD, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Let me start by giving you a sense of the scale and why this matters, right? So SAP is a leading provider of enterprise software, right? Running almost 500,000 enterprise customers across the globe. So you have the world's largest organizations using SAP to run the most critical processes and data, like all the way from financials, procurement, manufacturing, payroll. To give you a sense, almost 77%, over 77% of the world's transaction revenue touches an SAP system, right? So you're talking about really the applications that run a big part of the digital economy and a significant part of the financial services industry. So obviously what makes these systems so important for organizations make them incredibly attractive to cyber criminal and national state threat actors. So at Onapsis over the last few months, together with many incident response and leading cybersecurity firms, we detected essentially an unprecedented cybersecurity campaign that has already compromised hundreds of SAP systems. Unfortunately, it's a pretty dire situation as attackers. It's kind of worst case situation where remote attackers, can get full access to the business critical data, business critical processes without even a username and password, right? So it's a pretty critical situation. It has a lot of executives in high alert. At Onapsis, we've been working with cybersecurity firms very closely with SAP, government agencies, both in the US and internationally, to really help organizations protect themselves.
Mariano, how did private and public partnerships and private and public sectors come together to address this risk?
Yeah, look, that collaboration is critical. I think supported by Night Dragon and working very closely, not only with SAP, who's a manufacturer in this case, but working with the US agencies and international agencies. It's critical to really bring alert and awareness to organizations. What we've seen in this specific case, JD, is that many organizations thought that the action they need to take was to apply the patch. Unfortunately, given the advanced nature of this attack, many of these the actual hacks and breaches happen even before the patch became available, right? So the government notification, if you just apply the patch, it's the same as closing your front door while the attackers and the thieves are already in your basement, right? So I think the government and public collaborations really help organizations understand that not only they needed to apply the patch, but make sure that they're doing in-depth compromise assessments to protect their systems.
Mariano,
what we've done there very quickly is, given the scale of this, we open source part of our intellectual property. We work together with Google Cloud and Mandiant and government organizations to release free open source tools so that all organizations can protect themselves and do these assessments.
Mariano, how do these findings impact financial institutions, especially right here in New York? And do you have a sense about how many companies were potentially exposed?
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking about hundreds of active compromises, right? So it's a large scale. It's unprecedented. It's the first time we see this level of sophistication and scale when it comes down to SAP-specific cyber attacks and threats. As you know, right, New York hosts a lot of the critical financial services, life science, manufacturing, media organizations. So we've seen all these sectors targeted in this campaign. Again, fortunately, SAP did a great job releasing the patch, but many organizations, unfortunately, haven't applied the patch still today. I was just talking with a CISO, the Chief Security Officer of a large financial institution in the state, that they had their SAP systems compromised. And not only that, but threat actors expanded to other 50 systems on their internal networks, expanding their access and compromise. So it's a very, very critical situation. And organizations need to make sure they apply the patch, but also do in-depth compromise assessments to make sure they don't have the threat actors lurking on the networks.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, that's about all the time that we have. It was a terrific event here with Dave DeWalt and the team at Night Dragon yesterday. I know you're a part of the whole conversations as well. Congratulations on all the success and helping us to really better understand this really important story, Mariano. Very grateful for your time. Mariano Nunez is the co-founder and CEO of Onapsis. Stick around, folks. The opening bell from the iconic trading floor of the New York Stock Exchange is coming up after this. Stick around.